Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave what?
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here now the Cowboy offense onto the field to get their first crack at it. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Off play action, here's White. On the move to his left. It's Hill, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The play fake, now White. Wide open receiver, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Now Dorsett. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 13 carries, 68 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
On 2nd and 9, White rolling to his right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Dorsett. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. We'll look now at our starting defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. On 3rd and 2, White flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Off the play fake, Ferguson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. And a peek now at the offense for Tampa Bay.
If there's ever such a thing as a downside to such a nice drive, it's that we didn't get a chance to talk about them earlier. But I would have said, keep an eye on this offensive line and let's see how it performs. And so far, so great because they've already gotten their running back into the end zone.
Looking to throw. Ferguson, throw right side complete to Carter. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. They run on first down with Jackson. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We'll look now at the starting 11 on defense for Dallas. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
2nd and 5. Flush to his right. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carter. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On first down, Jackson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On second down, this is Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Back to throw. Ferguson. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert? And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running right, it's Dorsett. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now White. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas 1st down. Being chased out left. This is caught. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Pass interference, offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll run. It's Dorsett. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 2nd and long. White escaping the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
To throw, White steps away to his left. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And his kick is indeed good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. Why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
They'll stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. On the draw, it's Jackson. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. On the draw, here's Jackson. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. On 1st and 10. Ferguson going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Looking to throw. Ferguson. This is caught by Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Again, it'll be Dorsett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the 16, White. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I think he'll like this little montage. He's hit pay dirt 3 times.
This feels like good scouting and preparation throughout the week has turned into excellent execution. I mean, the job that they've done up front, creating the spaces for him, and, of course, his nose for the end zone, it's a terrific combination.
Now he's looking maybe for a 4th touchdown run. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Ferguson forced out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
They'll run on first down. It's Jackson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ferguson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Come on, fellas.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. On the ground, this is Jackson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Ferguson, and he slings one that's incomplete.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the 2nd person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, 2nd drive, not much better. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Dallas gets set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it with Jackson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run with Jackson. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now on 2nd and 13, White dancing to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Flushed out right. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The 1st down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 3rd down, Walker, and he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Cowboys, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.